Hey guys, what's going on? It's been a few weeks since my last video, but I have a few things here to show you guys. I have a Funko figure, a new CD, and some new games. Now before I get into that, I'm going to be ordering the King of Fighters 2002 to 2003, the 2-disc set, and what was it? The King of Fighters collection, the Orochi Saga, both for the PlayStation 2, of course. And SNK Arcade Classics Volume 1. Now, I have the game, but much like Tekken 4 and like the few other games that I showed you guys in my previous video, I bought them because, you know, the copies that I had before were in pretty terrible shape, and that's pretty much the big reason why I'm rebuying that game as well, because the copy that I have is a little scratched, but the game works perfectly fine, which, you know, it's always a good thing. So, yeah. Start off with the CD. Alright, first up we got Jedi Mind Tricks' newest album, The Bridge in the Abyss. This album came out roughly, I'd say, a few weeks or so ago. Very, very good album. I listened to the whole thing. When I bought this album, I also bought it. Okay. The CD was part of a bundle that I bought, and it came with the CD, of course, and it came with a shirt, which is pretty much the album cover, but wrapped around the entire shirt, and it says Jedi Mind Tricks on the back of the shirt, which is a really, really cool shirt. I paid $55 because I was actually going to a wrestling event, and I wanted to wear the shirt, and I wanted it to be here before I went to the event. So I paid for premium, which got here, I think, last Wednesday. No, sorry, not last Wednesday, last Thursday. So yeah, the album is really, really good though, I will say. And the shirt is really nice. I'm actually wearing it right now. It's actually relatively comfortable. Next we got the God of War, the new God of War game Funko figure for Kratos. He's really cool, actually. I've had him already, but I figured I would just put him back in the box so you guys can see what it looks like. So, really, really cool. And you got the back, you got Atreus, Kratos, a Draugr, and Brenna Dowdy. I hope I'm not butchering that name. If I am, I'm very sorry. So yeah, take them out. Now, one thing that I did notice that somebody had pointed out is that Kratos' skin tone seems to have faded a little bit. Like his skin isn't as white as it was in the previous games, which is pretty interesting. So I wonder what the whole thing with that game with that is in the game. You know, maybe now that he's getting older, I don't know. It's really interesting to hear about that, and like kind of notice it after someone like pointed it out. So yeah, he's a really cool little figure. I do like him a lot. Sitting there next with the rest of my little figures, and along with the Funko figure, I bought the new God of War game. Absolutely loved it. This was the only game that I played. I finished it already. I bought it the 2nd of July, or this month, and I beat it a few days ago. So yeah, I put a lot of hours in this game. It's a really, really great game. I explored as much as I possibly could. Then I finished the game. Now I'm pretty much trying to kill the Valkyrie Queen, and there were a few other things that I needed to do. I needed to, the birds, the Odin's Eye, or those birds that you have to kill throughout the game itself. It's a great game. I haven't killed the Valkyrie Queen yet. She's a pain in the ass, but I will be getting her eventually. So yeah, great game. All right, next we got Vigilante 8 Second Offense. This is the sequel to the first Vigilante 8 game. Vigilante 8 is a game that was really, really inspired by Twisted Metal. I was going to say Heavy Metal. I stopped myself there. Yeah, when Twisted Metal was out, it was big. You know, a lot of people knew about the game, and a lot of people played it. So, you know, I guess Activision decided, well, if they can make one, you know, I'm sure we can too. And they did. They made Vigilante 8, which took place in the 70s, I think 1978 to be exact. It's not certain when this one takes place, but it does take place in the 70s. It's really, really good. It plays pretty much like Twisted Metal, except the the quick turn or the tight turn and the acceleration button are swapped. So it sort of plays a little bit like Twisted Metal 4. You know how the controls were switched a little bit there in Twisted Metal 4. But it's a great game. I have both of them, and yeah, they're really fun. If you guys like Twisted Metal, and you know have never played Vigilante 8, you'll probably like them. I mean, I did. They're really great games. It sucks though because they only made 2 because I think from what I remember reading, Vigilante 8 Second Offense didn't sell that well, and I guess Activision was like, yeah, well, we're not gonna make another one because the sales weren't all that great. But it's funny because they ended up making a game called Blood Drive, and that game actually came out before Twisted Metal, but that one had to do with zombies and stuff. It was like a post-apocalyptic setting. I actually do have the game myself. It's actually not that bad. Some people said the game was pretty terrible, but I think the game wasn't that bad. It was relatively fun. Alright, now we're going to be doing the rest of the games. There's not much, so... Hard Hitter Tennis. Yeah, I know you guys are probably sitting there looking at the screen like, why in the hell did you buy a tennis game? Of all things, like, you know, looking at the pile of games that you see behind the game itself, you know, you wouldn't have expected me to get something like that. But, you know, I'm trying to broaden my I'm trying to be open-minded. There we go. To better phrase it. I'm trying to be open-minded with other stuff. And Atlas is a really good company. They've done Persona. I think they developed the King of Fighters 12 and 13. They did like a few other stuff. I don't really remember I don't exactly remember what else. But I mean, I figured I would give it a try. Why not? It's pretty much tennis. It's almost like a tennis simulator with anime style looking characters, but it's not over the top animated like Naruto or Dragon Ball Z or anything like that. Like, they just have anime faces, but they're tennis players. It's actually not that bad. I was really surprised on, like, you know, the game actually being relatively decent. 007 Nightfire. I have Agent Under Fire, and I've only played a little bit of that, but I haven't done it. I haven't played through the whole game completely. I've only did like the first mission. With this game, I only played just a tad bit of it to make sure that it worked perfectly fine. You know, obviously, of course, it does, which is good. Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty good from what I played, which is very little. Oh, there goes my memory card. And lastly, we got 007 Everything or Nothing. Now, I pretty much did a blind buy with this game. I mean, I knew it was a 007, and I figured that 007 Everything or Nothing would be a first-person shooter. I watched a review probably a couple days after I purchased the game on eBay, and it was in third-person perspective, and I was like, oh, it's kind of weird. So it was a little off seeing, like, because I have, I think, Die Another Day. I think that's the one that I have. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it was really weird to see like the 007 games go from first person shooter to third person. Kind of like with Resident Evil. You know how Resident Evil, like the first 3 games were like fixed camera angles, then Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6 were like third person, and then like the newest one is like first person. So it was a little weird to see like a 007 game be a third person perspective. I know Quantum of Solace did it because I had the game before, but it just really didn't catch my attention as much, so I barely played it. And yeah, I don't know what they're going to be doing with the newer 007 games, if they're going to be making any more. But I did hear this game is really good, so, you know, even though it is in third person, you know, I'm still going to give it a shot. I haven't played it yet because really God of War is my main focus right now. I really want to kill that Valkyrie Queen because, yeah, excuse my language, but she's a bitch. She's a pain in the ass. I hate her. I died roughly about 6 to 7 times trying to kill her. So, I've gotten close. I've gotten very close to killing her at a few times. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have much to show you guys. You know, I'm sorry if it was very minimal, but Like I said, I am going to be getting the King of Fighters 2002 and 2003, the King of Fighters collection, the Orochi Saga, so I'll be able to finally play all of them in a sense. From the King of I have from the King of Fighters 94 all the way up to 98. I have 98 Ultimate Matches, you see in the pile in the middle. So I have a decent amount of the King of Fighters games. The only ones that I really don't have are like the Xbox exclusive game or King of Fighters Maximum Impact 2, which came out in Japan, which was to KOF 2006 here. But yeah, and I forgot to mention SNK Arcade Classics Volume 1. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. Have a good day, because it's daytime here. Most importantly, stay safe, and I will see you guys on the next video. Alright guys, take care. Bye-bye.